Hey trappers, Dale Billingsley here, Billingsley Brand Lures. So what I want to talk to you today about is alternative ways to lure sets and get a volume of odors out in the air currents to pull those animals into where you want them. It's really nothing earth-shattering, it's nothing really new, but maybe it'll help some of y'all a little later. Now you can use these with trap sets as well as snares too. So without hanging up here any longer, let's jump right into it. All right, guys, here's the first thing that you can use, and it's nothing more than an old tin can hung up there in a tree, and I've punched a few holes in it here at the sides and then down in the bottom as well, if you can see through that, and then mash the top of it shut. Now that thing will hold about 16 ounces of bait. And if you want to use a liquid type bait, then I would shove it full of sheep's wool or an old rag or cotton, something of that sort. Put your bait in there and then mash the top of it shut, sort of, so that it helps keep the rain and snow and that kind of stuff out of it. That will get a volume of odors out on the air currents where it belongs. And not only that, but the best part of this is when you pull, whether you pull your snares, whether you pull your traps or whatever, take that thing with you. Same way with your bait and lure. If you've got trap sets in down here, if you've got a dirt hole down here with a lure in it, take the lure with you. Okay, that way you're not habituating your coyotes or your red fox or your coyotes or grays or whatever it might be that you're trapping. You're not habituating them to those smells. That way when you come back in here next year and you want to use that same bait, same lure, whatever it might be, combination, it still has the wow factor to it because you have a new crop of animals there to work with that have never smelled it before. So that's kind of the beauty there. John Ian was famous for using tin cans. Not only to hang bait in up high, but also down at his sets. He would actually just cut a slot in the ground. Instead of digging a dirt hole, he would just cut a slot that can would fit in. And then that way, when he was done, not only did it protect his bait and lure from the animal and from the elements, but that way he could take it with him when he left. And then for those of you that don't know who John Ian is, then you need to go back through the annals of history. He was a coyote trapping extraordinaire from California, back in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. Caught a lot of coyotes. So moving on. The next thing I have here is if you're trapping, say, on public ground, you don't want anybody to know what's going on, just hang a bag in a tree, punch a hole or two in it, small, put your bait and lure in there, tie the top of it shut. Nobody is the wiser. Nobody knows that it's nothing more than just a bag hanging up in a tree. I mean, or it's got caught on a limb or whatever. This will work for you as well. It's protected from the elements. It's still getting the odor out on there, on the air currents where it belongs. So you can sure enough do that as well. Again, it works really well if you want to get a volume of odor out. You know, you could throw a muskrat carcass in there or prepared bait or just whatever. Nobody's going to think anything of it. It's just a bag blowing in the tree. Now the other thing that's pretty handy and pretty common to have is soda bottles. Soda bottles work great. Punch a few holes in them, and then what I do is just cut a slot here in the top, and then I can spoon my bait off over into that, and then I've got that cap still up there that's protecting it from the elements. Again, it's just another way to get a volume of odor out. You can dump a couple ounces of lure in there, you can fill it full of bait, you know, whatever floats your boat as far as that goes. All right, guys, I know, again, that was kind of a fast little deal. Not anything real earth-shattering, but it is some pretty good information if you choose to use it. If you haven't done so already, if you would please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. hit that thumbs up for me. I sure appreciate it. Leave me a comment down below. I'll answer any questions or get back with you just as quick as I can. Once again, guys, this is Dale Billingsley with another one. Signing out.